how do you create a product, a new product? Not just something that's incremental, something that's a game changer, something that the world has never seen before. The usual wisdom is that we'll go and get some experts, some people who have done it before, and we'll get a big budget, and we will get those people to really focus on it for a long period of time, and then we'll launch with a big fanfare, and again, we'll spend some more money. That's the conventional wisdom, and I think that's completely wrong. And I want to tell you why that's wrong and how we learned to do it in a completely different way to create the world's first beer that's been brewed by artificial intelligence. So we created a beer brewed using artificial intelligence. That guy is a guy called Dr. Rob McInerney. That's me, and I'm wearing exactly the same thing in the video as I am today, which is, that is the first lesson. AV first. Second is, just watching the video before you get dressed in the morning. Kind of really, really helps. It's slightly embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as the video not working. But anyway, let's go. Let's just press the button. And you've only got 27 minutes of this left, so let's really crack on. So this is the team. The team, we are not experts at all, by any stretch of the imagination. We have never launched a physical product before, never created a physical product. We've never created a beer before. Yet, we went ahead and did it, and we created a physical product, a product that uses machine learning to self-improve over time. And this has never, ever been done before in the world. And we're just a bunch of 5 people. And the guy with the bald head, and I've recently shaved my head, which kind of helps. The guy with the bald head on the side is a guy called Dr. Rob McInerney. He's got a PhD in machine learning from Oxford University. And I met him a couple of years ago in our co-working space, at WeWork. And I said, look, wouldn't it be great to create a product that actually learns our preferences, a physical product? We've got all these digital products at the moment, like Facebook. The algorithm is tweaking our newsfeed, and everyone's got their own individual newsfeed. It's not the same newsfeed. It's all individual to each and every one of us. But what if that happened with a product, with a physical product? Perhaps a bottle of beer. And he was like, that's a great idea. Let's just go and do it. I was like, well, we've never created a beer before. We've never created a physical product. Well, it doesn't matter. In today's world, the fact that we've got the internet, we've got APIs, it's never been easier or cheaper to create products and services. So we went ahead and did it. And this is the result. We created Intelligent X, which is the world's first beer brewed using artificial intelligence. And we've got 4 different styles of beer. We've got a golden ale, a pale ale, which is based on an Indian pale ale, a black, which is actually a stout, and amber, which is more of a bitter. And how it works is that on the back of the bottle, there's a URL and a QR code. So you get a bottle out of the fridge, or you get one at a bar, in the many bars that we're sold at in London. And you type that URL, you scan the QR code, and it takes you to a Facebook Messenger bot. And you have a conversation with the bot about what you thought about the beer. Would you like it more or less hoppy next time? Was it too strong? Would you like it to have more alcohol in it? Would you like it to have more carbonation? So you have a conversation with a physical product, and you say what you liked, what you didn't like, and where you want to see it in the future, how you want to see it change. And as I said, this has never been done before, and this is why we got lots of plaudits and everyone saying this is amazing. Somehow, I don't know how this happened, but Popular Science said we were one of the best software innovations of 2016, beating WhatsApp and Snapchat. Again, I don't know how we did that. We also got lots of media coverage because it was quite new. Beer, AI, put the 2 things together. What's not to love? Time magazine said the wait for useful robot technology is over. Fast Company, it might just be the future of product development. And the London Evening Standard said those minds on Silicon Roundabout have finally turned their skills to something we can all get behind. But of course, that's just the media. There's another bunch of people that we really, really, truly care about. And those people are random people on the internet. And they had a view. John Carr. Total legend, John. He's fantastic. Really helped. Marco Tavares. You know, when he was 5, he had this idea. If only I could go back in time with my DeLorean and really find out how we should do this, Marco could have really helped. And my personal favorite out of all of them is from Guitar Hazer. What in the fuck is this? I can see some of you thinking that right now, which is fantastic. Well, Mr. Hazer, tonight is your lucky night because I'm going to explain what in the fuck it is. It's a self-improving beer recipe based on consumer feedback. So it's a product that's continually evolving based on our customers and them telling us what they thought and where they want to see the product go in the future. Why do we do this? Isn't AI just a gimmick? Well, actually, it's a good jump-off point. It gets people into our product. They lean into our product and say, well, yeah, fantastic, AI, beer, bonkers, but why? And when you start explaining it, people start to understand why. And really, it's all about this one thing. It's about engagement. It's about actually having a direct relationship with a product. And we've all seen this. We've all got favorite brands. And you've got a brand, maybe it's a fashion brand, and they put out a recent collection that has got leopard print in it. And you're like, well, I didn't really want leopard print shoes. It's not really the thing that I really needed. And I used to love that brand, but now they've gone in a weird direction, and I feel like I haven't got a connection with it anymore. And this happened to me. You know, Couples, which is a French fashion brand, I loved it to begin with, but then it just went completely bonkers, and I just didn't like anything that they did. And one day I got an email from them saying, fill in our customer feedback survey. So I filled it in, and I really went to town. I said, look, here's my telephone number as well. Give me a call. I want to talk to you. I'm a really engaged customer. I've bought lots of stuff from you. And I never got the call. And they're still putting out stuff that really isn't to my taste. And they've lost me as a customer. I would have loved to have a two-way conversation with someone at that brand to tell them what I really thought. But I didn't get that. And I think that's a shame. And I think we need more products that's doing this. It's engagement. It's engaging us. They're listening and learning from us. And the way you do that is through personalization. So it's listening, it's taking action based on that insight. And that's exactly what we are doing with beer. So how are we doing it? Well, 2 ways. We obviously need data. So we take that data in the form of a simple 8-question Facebook Messenger bot. We chose Messenger because it is on a lot of our customers' phones already. We don't need you to download another app. The app's already on your phone, and you can have a quick button-based interface chat with our bot and tell us what you think. But number 2, we need machine learning. We need to take that data and do smart things with it. And our machine learning has 2 component parts. It's reinforcement learning, and we're using Bayesian optimization for all you geeks out there. And our machine learning algorithm has a name, and she's called Abby, which stands for Automated Brewing Intelligence. And with all great algorithms, you need a goal. You need an objective. And Abby's objective is quite simple. Her objective is to win a beer competition. That's what we're aiming for. But as humans, we have an objective as well. And our objective is even simpler. Our objective is to get banned from that brewing competition. Because using machine learning is just flexing the rules too much. It's not fair on the other competitors. Wouldn't that be a great story? Okay, there's a 9-step process to how we do this. First of all, the AI generates a test recipe. That test recipe then goes to our human brewer. And that's right, we've got a human brewer. We've got a human in the loop. And that is so important to us. We're not coming along and creating T-1000 Terminator who's going to destroy every job known to man. Actually, what we want to do is to create machine learning tools that give humans these superhuman abilities. It's about decision support. And I feel like the media is going to be talking about this a lot more in the future after they've stopped talking about, this whole fact that the AI is going to rise up and kill us all and take all our jobs. It's just not going to happen. It's going to become empowering to allow humans to do more of what we're good at, which is cognitive skills. And that's what we're doing with our brewer. So the human brewer gets the test recipe, they look at the recipe, and is it completely bonkers, or is it about right? And if it's about right, and it seems kind of on the level, they will then take it and go back to the AI. And again, this is about reinforcement learning. It's about reinforcing the algorithm and saying to the algorithm, yep, you're on the right track, keep going. So then we brew a test beer. The recipe is approved, the test beer is created, the brewer tests the beer, and then rejects or accepts that beer. Again, more reinforcement learning, more positive or negative feedback, which teaches the algorithm. But just having one bit of feedback isn't enough. We need lots of feedback. So then we go and create our market beer. So the test beer is then approved, it goes to the market, our consumers then give us the feedback. And that goes back into the machine learning system, which learns that what it did was either good or it was bad. But more data is always good data. So we take extra external data in the kind of way you're looking in terms of seasonal data, market trend data, historical data, any data we can get our hands on, stuff that we've generated ourselves or stuff that's already out there in the wild, we use that to augment the recipes. And at this point in the talk, someone always puts their hands up and says, look, are you just creating a generic beer? Are you just creating Budweiser? Kind of everyone likes it, but no one really loves it. And we knew this was going to be a problem. So that's why I created a particular function inside the algorithm called wildcard ingredients. And we've programmed 1,000 different ingredients that could be used in any recipe at any one time to really push the boundaries of what is possible within craft brewing. An example of this is version 6 of our amber ale, where Abby decided to put grapefruit in the recipe. And we thought, well, that's interesting. Not sure if it's going to work, but it's not up to us. You know, it's taken the feedback from the customers, and it's then decided to put a wildcard ingredient there just to see what is possible. Get some noise out of the system. Get some data. If it's good data, fantastic. If it's bad data, if it's negative, that's also great because the system is always learning. Turns out fruit in beer is a good thing, and at that particular time of year and for those particular customers, grapefruit worked well. It was very positive. So let's talk about our customers. And as we all know, customers are all the same. They're all very rational beings, and they all do the same sort of thing. No, they don't. They're a nightmare. We love them, but some, as we know, are experts. They want to give as much data and feedback as possible to the algorithm because they feel like they know craft brewing and they have something to say. And that's great. We understand those customers. We know when they're on our platform, and we allow them to geek out and give us more data. You get some of the small icons there. The smaller icons are those people like my wife. You know, she likes beer. She will sometimes order a Budweiser. Terrible, I know. But I'm trying to get her more onto these, you know, craft ales. So she will give a little bit of data. And we just need to account for that in our algorithm and weight these different people differently. And then you've got the people who are upside down. And those are the trolls. Those are our customers who want to kind of throw us off the scent. Maybe they're not our customers at all. Maybe they're just our competitors who have bought the beer and are just trying to spam us and give us some bad data. And again, we need to identify those things. And we've programmed into the algorithm ways of identifying some of that data and maybe even inverting it and giving us something good out of the bad. And once we have all that data, what we can do then is start clustering our audiences. So what we're not going to do, we are not going to create an individual beer for each person. Not yet. We haven't got the technology in terms of manufacturing to be able to do that. But what we can do is understand different clusters of audiences who like particular types of beers and then deliver that individual personalized beer to that particular cluster and then have lots of clusters across lots of different customers. And this is very much like Netflix. This is my Netflix homepage. Bloody love Groundhog Day. Who doesn't? Bill Murray, another legend. And what's interesting about Netflix is they're doing something very similar. In fact, all the digital big tech companies are, as we know. You know, we've already talked about Facebook giving you an individual news feed. Google, you know, they're tailoring the searches to you. And Netflix is tailoring my homepage to me. And what's interesting is my mum and I have pretty much the same homepage. I checked it out the other day. But demographically, we are completely different people. She lives in the countryside, she's really old. I live in, the city, and I'm also quite old, but not as old as she is, thankfully. And actually what that means is that we're going from a world of targeting based on demographics to a world of targeting based on behavioral insight. And that's what we're really, really interested in. How can we understand what our customers are doing at any one time and then tweak our products to those customers? Rather than just going, well, you're a guy and you're in Vegas, so clearly you're just going to drink something like a bud. And our data tells us lots of interesting stuff. And if you really get into it, because we've got this direct relationship with our customers, it means we know who they are. It means we know what they're drinking, when they're drinking it, what time of day, where are they drinking it, who are the most engaged, who keep giving us lots of feedback, who are very quick when it comes to the feedback, who are kind of reserved but think about it, who want us to give us more data than we are kind of offering to them. We understand who are the most profitable, who keep coming back, which ones are giving us this data to allow us to create new products. And obviously, it allows us to look at demand as well. Where is this demand coming from, and how can we predict demand? We're starting now to get enough data where we understand where these people are coming from and where we think they'll be going to in the future. And that brings me on to what's next. We've created a bottle of beer. We've got this physical product that's always changing. What if we can really focus and drill down on this direct-to-consumer model? So we're selling it online, we're selling it through pubs, but we've got this Facebook Messenger bot. We've got this connection, this direct relationship with our customers. We need to expand on that and do more with it. Because I think the future is having this direct relationship with our customers is the most important thing, not letting any intermediaries get in the way of that. And so that's why we're now looking at physical pubs, so creating a pub that's been powered by machine learning. So think about glasses that are IoT, where we understand how quickly people are drinking this beer, what temperature, how much are they leaving. Think about Amazon Go, but for a hospitality environment. Really exciting about how we can have this direct relationship, not just with the product, but the environment around our customers. And these are our customers at the top. And that means that we, because we've got this direct relationship, control the customer experience, the product, the distribution, the physical and the digital experience. We own this layer, which allows us to commoditize and modularize our suppliers. So we don't want to actually brew any beer ourselves. We have suppliers who brew the beer. What's vital to us is owning that customer relationship, owning the experience of consuming our product. Everything else is just secondary because our customers trust us. And why is all of this possible? And this is one of the lessons that the beer has taught me that I kind of wanted to talk to you about today. The internet is something that absolutely underpins this. And I think sometimes we lose track of the fact that the internet has been so revolutionary, and we all know this, but we're only just at the start. I think we're only just scraping the surface of what is possible with the internet, which sounds crazy because you kind of think, well, it's done. We've done it all. We're so far ahead. We've got cloud. We've got everything else. All these technologies that have been built on top of the internet. But I think things are going to change even more in the future. Where in the old world, you've got this supply-driven world where you've got things like printing presses. So you've got newspapers. They spent all this money on printing presses. And so they own the supply, which means then they can tell the customers what they want, which is the old world, which is top-down. And I'm talking about this new world of demand-driven, where you own the customer relationship. And actually, from that, you can talk to your customers to find out what they want. And it's a two-way conversation, not a top-down. And we're seeing this already with Facebook, Amazon, Uber, Airbnb. Uber, biggest taxi company, doesn't own any taxis. Airbnb, biggest hotel company, doesn't own any hotels. We're the same. A beer brand that doesn't own the brewing production, but we own the trust of our customers because we're listening to them, we're giving them more of what they want. And if you plot the Industrial Revolution, which is the last big revolution before the internet revolution, if you plot where we are on that in terms of the timescales of where the internet happened, it's around a 64-year period of where so many things happened. This whole modern world is here because of the Industrial Revolution with steam engines and everything else that came. And if we plot the internet revolution against that, we're only 25% of the way there. There's so much more that's going to come, and for good and for bad. If you think about the Industrial Revolution, think about the wars that came with it. We're starting to see lots of negative things happen because of the internet, but there's going to be so many more positive things. So it's 45 years still to go. So that's my first lesson that I learned from the beer, is that the internet has allowed us to do so much with such a small amount of money, but there's still more that could be done. So what are the other things we can learn from the world's first beer brewed by AI? What can it actually teach us? Well, I'm going to finish and say that actually, this bunch of people, we came together and we didn't have any money at all, and we leveraged the internet, we leveraged APIs, we rented a lot of this technology. We didn't create our own brewing production facility. We just went out there, a bunch of people with an idea, with a vision, and we created something the world has never seen before. And it got a lot of people talking, and a lot of our customers love what we are doing. And we're just a small team, and we've just gone out there and done it, and we're not experts at all. And so if I can kind of impart anything to you, it's go back to your companies and just let a small team go away with an idea. And don't give them any money. Just let them go out and trial some stuff and see what happens. Because it is possible, because the internet has enabled us to do amazing things. Thank you very much.